everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Empower Her podcast with London and London. This is London speaking, and we have London here with us as well.
Hey guys.
We hope everybody's doing good. We hope you're enjoying your week. We hope that you are receiving everything that you've been manifesting. I've been praying for a lot. It's got a lot on, as y'all know.
Yeah.
Whew, yeah, it's been a lot. It's been quite a week already. And what is today? Only Tuesday?
Girl.
Stop.
It's only Tuesday. I thought it was like Wednesday or Thursday. It's only Tuesday.
No, for real. Like I was literally about to say it's Thursday. We almost here for the weekend, but I thought about it. Wait a minute. Oh, it's Tuesday.
That's it.
But okay. But that's all right. That's all right. We just got more days in the week to, get more things done. So let's see. We have a lot coming up. We have a lot to discuss today. But first things first, I want to give a special shout out to London, the host of Empower Her podcast. She is also the founder of Self-Discovery Health and Wellness, as well as the Empower Her network. And this special lady celebrated a birthday just a couple days ago, July 23rd to be exact. Happy birthday, boo!
Thank you.
How
I had such fun.
Yes, tell us about it. We want to hear about it. What did you do? How does it feel?
I did so. Girl, first of all, I thought I was gonna feel old, but I actually don't. Not this time.
Okay.
Probably because I started going to the chiropractor like a week before my birthday.
Not the chiropractor. I'm done with you. She said, "Let me get this back right, y'all."
Yeah, real quick. So, no, I can't be cracking going into 36 or whatever. My bad, 25. So,
no, not the my bad 25. Y'all ain't hear that. I'm gonna edit it out, boo. I'm gonna edit it out.
So it was super cool. And then my friend came out to see me, which was pretty dope because I hold people big on their words. So when they came out, that was cool. We went to Bury the Hatchet and I beat them and I won.
Of course.
Yep. And then we also went out to eat, and then when you get old, you just be wanting to chill out after that, child. And I think first too, like the last couple of weekends have been so busy. So honestly, like I wanted to go out, I wanted to show my friend a good time in Jersey, but then I was like, I hope you feel tired because I'm kind of tired.
I hope you're as tired as I am.
So it kind of worked. And then Sunday I went out with my best friend Tina. We got to get dressed up and stuff like that, and we went to, I'm trying to figure out where. It's a steakhouse and it's next to the Char House in Weehawken, and it was really nice. So we went over there and it's by the water.
Yeah.
So we got to take some really nice pictures, and then we just like caught up because she works like 1,000 jobs, and then so we got to catch up or whatever, which was really, really nice to do, sitting there with her for a while after we ate. And then, girl, now I'm just trying to catch up. I'm tired, but I had fun. And I went out with my other friend yesterday too. We went out to eat last night. So basically, everybody been trying to feed me.
That's what it sounds like. It seems like you've been eating and sleeping, which sounds like the perfect birthday to me.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't see nothing wrong with that. I'm glad you enjoyed it. It definitely sounds like the perfect birthday to me. Speaking of birthdays, and if y'all don't know this is the reason why me and my girl click so well.
Okay.
So first of all, we both part of Leo gang.
Okay.
London's birthday is July 23rd, while mine is July 27th. So your girl has a birthday tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited for it. At the same time, I totally forgot about it. My brother literally texted me and was like, "Somebody got a birthday tomorrow." I was like, "Who?"
You know what?
Who's that?
No.
But no, like you said, London, it's just been so much going on with the the baby shower and the wedding. I feel like that was last week. I think it was like
Mm-hmm.
2 weeks ago,
It was like
actually.
2 weeks ago.
Yeah, but it feel like it was last week. I don't know what happened last week, but I feel like it was busy. Like I just cannot get my mind right. Trying to get everything prepared for the baby to come. Baby is coming very soon, next month to be exact. Her due date is August 22nd, but of course we know that she gonna come when she wanna come, so that could
Yep.
be any day now. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Hubby and I are trying to move into a new place, preferably before the baby gets here, which has been super stressful. But we're gonna remain optimistic and just pray for the best. So as far as my birthday, I don't even have any plans right now because my biggest plan is just to get things together for
Girl,
the
now you're
baby.
in and starting a family. That is like big,
Exactly.
huge to be
Yeah,
doing your birthday, actually.
exactly. And that itself is kind of a gift to me. Just this
For
this this being, pregnant, about to be a mother and give life, like that's kind of just been the biggest gift for me anyway. So I don't really see the need to do too much. And then I know, next year is year 30, the big three
oh yeah.
zero. So I plan on going all out for that one. So, I'm not too pressed to do too much, but of course, hubby wants to take me to dinner. We'll do something slight and definitely celebrate just being alive another year.
Mm-hmm.
We have to give thanks to God for that. So,
Yeah, definitely. I'm just thinking back how, like, I told somebody, I said and I was about to tell you earlier too when you asked me how do you feel, and I'm like, man, to be honest with you, it was like a nostalgic feeling,
yeah.
and then like also like a really happy feeling too, and then I looked at our picture from the wedding, and
Mhm.
I was just like,
Wow.
like like for real. And then you had to like go put my business out there with that baby picture of us. But then but no, but then when you look at that picture and then like I'm just hugging you all tight and the love is still there because I'm just hugging you just as tightly on your wedding day and bring
Exactly.
new life into this world. And so
Oh,
just like young little girls, just like, navigating this little world, this scary behind world into these like full grown ass woman. And
yeah.
girl, 3 kids. I don't know who told me to push out 3 babies and my extended child,
Let me
who
give
is
you
25.
a round of applause real quick.
Okay. And then now you have this new life that you're bringing into the world. And it's just like everything is coming full circle. And I'm just sitting here watching everybody because, of course, like I'm older than y'all. And I'm just like, wow, y'all are getting old. This is crazy.
Life is just happening so fast,
Okay.
y'all. Like you blink and it's like 10
It's
years
really just
done went by.
happening.
And I was thinking it was so cute because when we used to live together, if y'all don't know, I'm gonna say it again. That's my big cousin, and we used to live together. And with our birthdays being so close, of course, our cheap ass parents was like, "Y'all birthdays, y'all gonna do this? We gonna celebrate on the same day." So we used to celebrate our birthdays together because they were basically in the same week.
Hmm.
And they were like, yeah, we're not doing a party on Monday and then a party on Sunday. Like
Nope.
one party, one birthday cake.
Hmm.
Yeah. But I didn't mind. I loved celebrating my birthday with you. And I just love the fact that we're so close and we had that bond
Yes.
back then. And we still have that
And we
bond
still
to this
have that
day.
bond.
And now we're
Hmm.
making power moves. We out here
Okay.
making podcasts. We got, so many things going on for ourselves. So I'm so proud of us.
Yes.
So proud of us.
Tiny types now. We are amazing. We've come a long way.
Yes. And speaking of the wonderful things that's been going on and wonderful things that are coming up, if y'all ladies did not catch it, because we've been promoting a little bit here and there, saying a little bit, we have a very special event coming up soon, and that is our virtual meet and greet. So bear with me for a second. I'm gonna give you a little info about that because it's super, super exciting. I'm very excited for it. We've been doing this podcast for what is it? This is episode 9. So yeah,
Hmm.
about 9 to 10 weeks. I think we might have missed a week, but we've been a little ghetto. Forgive us, y'all. We'll get ourselves together. But no, we've been doing this podcast for a little while. The Empower Her network has been going for quite some time now. And we think that it's time for us to meet. We would love to meet you ladies in person. And don't worry, that's coming soon, but we're going to start with
Mm-hmm.
a nice little virtual meet and greet. That's going to be happening on August 6th. Did y'all hear that? August 6th is coming up soon. Like I said, when you blink, 10 days done gone by. So look
Y'all
out.
better save that date.
Yes, save that date. Look out for the email invite. That's going to be coming out tomorrow. We're going to be
Yes.
sending out that invite tomorrow. So make sure that you're checking your email. You'll get a follow-up email reminding you to RSVP by August 1st. We want y'all RSVP by August 1st so we know who's coming. It's going to be a really nice event. Once you RSVP, you're automatically going to be entered into our raffle. So you can receive a personalized scented candle from Self Discovery Candles. And if you don't know, those some nice candles, y'all.
Yes, they are. So y'all better
They
go ahead.
are beautiful. Yes, please make sure you RSVP so that you can get entered into that raffle. Get you some nice candles that are personalized. So in this meet and greet, you guys are just going to get to know us. We're kind of going to discuss who we are, what we do. You guys are going to have a chance to introduce yourselves and connect with some of the other women that are within the network, which is going to be super awesome because, we've all been talking and sharing stories and sharing things, virtually
Mm-hmm.
behind the screen. So it's going to be nice to kind of put a face to
A
the
face to,
name.
yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be very exciting. We're going to play a couple games. One of London's favorite, Two Truths and a Lie. I love that game. Kind of, loosen up and get to know each other a little bit. We're going to discuss some of the changes within the platform, the Empower Her Network platform. You guys are going to get a brief overview of all the wonderful programs that are coming available to you. And then, of course, we're going to give out a little survey just to get your feedback and see, what we're doing well, what we can do better, what you guys expect out of us, and just hopefully hear some really positive feedback of what you guys have been getting out of these networks and out of the podcast and all the wonderful programs that are coming. So please make sure that you look out for that email coming out tomorrow and make sure you RSVP by August 1st for this virtual meet and greet happening on August 6th. I know that was a lot of dates.
We're
But
gonna summarize that in that email though, so
right,
it'll be all right.
right. No, I was probably talking. They like, girl, what you say? But no, I'm sorry, y'all. All of that information is going to be in the email, laid out beautifully for you so that you know exactly what to expect. But we are super excited about it. Is there anything you want to add
Yes.
to that, London?
No, not really. It's just I'm really well. Look, I'm no, not really. I'm about to start talking, right?
Right.
I'm excited because, for one, I always talk about my social anxiety, which, by the way, I still have very much. So
Right.
it's there. And then, aside from that, it's just another way for us to kind of get to know, all of the other faces that's on there. Because it's one thing when you see a network and then when you're a part of a network and you just like kind of see things that's just automated and posted and stuff. But it's another thing when you get to like speak to the person behind it and kind of hear their story, and then you can get the stories of other women and just really build a sisterhood, because that's what I really want this community to be. So I'm excited about the meet and greet. I'm excited about getting to meet everybody. I'm excited about, shedding some layers and getting more comfortable within the network. So I can't wait.
Absolutely. I couldn't have said it better myself. Definitely excited for that. So, as we said, look out for that email. So I think we've done enough talking about birthdays and ourselves and this virtual meet and greet. So let's get into exactly what we are going to be discussing today. So today, we have a little clip of a video that we're gonna play that's been kind of circulating on social media. Um, Bishop T.D. Jakes. We caught a little glimpse of a sermon that he was giving, titled "The State of Black Culture." Okay, and the highlighted quote here today, you guys, is, "We are raising our women to be men. stop bragging about how much you don't need me and then wondering why I shy away. So these are Bishop TD Jake's words, and it comes with some other words as well that you're gonna hear.
Mhm.
So before we get into it and start talking about what we're gonna talk about and kind of giving our take on it, I'm gonna play this little clip for you.
This breaks all sociological orders of the culture we're living in now because we're raising up women to be men. And you are not applauded for your femininity. You are applauded in the contemporary society by how tough, rough, nasty, mean, aggressive, hateful, possessive you are, and you are climbing the corporate ladder, but we are losing our families. I know you can buy your own car. I know you can buy your own house, but until you create a need that I can pour into, I have no place in your life. So stop coming home bragging to me about how much you don't need me and wonder why I shy away. Y'all talk back to me this morning.
All right. So
Hmm.
you want to start, London?
I don't know. Like
Miss
I have,
Devil's Advocate.
like, cause I hear him and I hear him loud and
Right?
I hear him real loud. Like he is
Real loud.
loud.
I hope that wasn't too loud for y'all.
No, but it's not loud in that way. Loud in the way where it hit me, it hit a nerve because I see on both ends. Because I remember growing up, I was like, I just wanted to be in a position where it wasn't even so much of me not needing a man. I didn't want to need anybody,
Yeah.
for that matter. But then, like, also after I got grown, thought I was grown and started having babies and stuff, I wanted to be in a position where I didn't need a man because I was picking the wrong men. But that's another topic. So anyway, I wanted to be in a position where I didn't need a man. And, so I will say that did motivate me to go all the way through college and finish college. And like that did motivate me throughout whatever career I chose, even though it wasn't the career that I wanted, because I was looking at the money aspect of it so that I didn't need that man, opposed to looking at something that like I genuinely wanted to do. So like at some point, I was a little bit off a path, but that's fine. And then now I'm on the other side where it's like I understand where he's coming from only because I've had some time to mature.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like I understand that I think, and this goes for both ends. Like if I'm with my partner, I want my partner to feel needed, right? I want him to feel wanted. I want him to feel needed. I want him to feel valued. I want him to feel respected and things of that nature.
Yeah.
So, like, obviously, at our big age, we know we can take care of ourselves.
Right.
So we don't have to go around boosting about how we can take care of ourselves. And then if we want a partner is someone that you're supposed to do something with. So if you're talking about what you don't need and how you can do it for yourself, then how can I be your partner then? What am I here for?
Right.
And then especially as a man, and not to say like, men just have a higher value or anything like that, but as a man, you don't want to hear a woman telling you like, I don't need you. Like
Mm-hmm.
you want to feel needed by your woman. That's just like you don't want to hear a man say, I don't need you. You want to feel wanted by your man. So I don't necessarily think that would be the best message to send out to our youth, especially not to this youth, because I think they take it and drag it.
Right.
Like I think that whole term needs to be definitely changed and looked into and like explained when they're using that whole, oh, I don't need a man, because you're sending the wrong message, in my opinion.
Okay. And I definitely there are some spaces where I agree. Definitely with what you're saying, with what TD Jake said. And then there are a lot of areas where I'm like, I don't know about that. So I'll start with saying where I agree.
Mm-hmm.
So one thing that like kind of came into my head is that and I guess speaking from a man's perspective, even though I am not a man, you guys, I'm just saying that for them it's probably like a thing of I can't pour into a cup that's already full. So as a man coming into a relationship, if you're a woman saying, "Oh, I can do this, I can do that, I don't need you, I don't need that," you know, him maybe feeling like, well, then what am I here for? You know?
Mm-hmm.
But on the flip side of that, that's also kind of giving masculinity and manhood is only for, providing labor and performance. And then with that being said, what is womanhood? Am I just here to receive? Am I just here to take from you and not offer anything? So, I'm kind of torn with this subject because I feel like why can't
But
we have
wait, hold
both?
on. What part do you feel like it's telling a woman that they can't have those things, those things that they want?
Because and that's what I was getting to. My question is, why can't, as a woman, why can't I have both? Why
Mm-hmm.
can't I have the right to say that I can provide for myself, I can feed myself, I can clothe myself, I can provide, the roof over my head. I don't need you for that. I
Mm-hmm.
need you for love, affection, respect, attention.
Mm-hmm.
I need you for those things. I don't need
Mm-hmm.
you to be to financially stabilize me.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that that's two different things. And I feel like if a woman is saying, I don't need you to provide for me financially, that's an
Mm-hmm.
insecurity. If a man feels like, oh, well, if I can't provide for you financially, then what am I here for? Like, hello.
Well, I yeah, but see now, and that's the other thing too. I think it also it that's why I said it really should be explained when you want to say I don't need a man or whatever,
Yeah,
right? Because one thing my mom has taught me is to speak my mind, right? And then another thing she's taught me is that it's not what you say, it's how you say it.
facts.
So, and then I'll even add another twist to it because then my dad also tells me that the right hand don't always need to know what the left hand is doing,
Right, right,
right? So if I'm taking care of myself. You're meeting me at my age now. I live by myself. I'm taking care of myself. Obviously, I can do these things for myself. I don't need to boost to you that I don't need you for that, right?
right,
Like, I think the right discussion to have is the discussion of what it is you do need
right.
versus you telling me what you don't need.
Yeah,
Because it's not what you say, it's how you say it. So not for nothing, if the man come to me, he like, to be honest with you, I don't really need a woman. Like I don't need a woman for nothing. I do everything by myself. I cook by myself. I clean by myself. I wash my own clothes. Like I do it all for me. Like I'm good. I don't need a woman for nothing. I just want a woman.
right.
That kind of sounds like you want an object.
Yeah,
And that sounds a little different, you know. But if he was to say, not for nothing, I can cook and I can clean.
hmm,
I don't mind doing those things in my relationship. I can take care of myself and I can do all of the things that a woman can do for me by myself. However, it would be better if I had my partner, if I had a partner, if I had my woman to be there to help me do these things. I'd rather do it with my woman versus me doing it by myself. Then he's saying the same thing, just
hmm,
a different way. So like me saying like, I don't need a man to do all of this. Not for nothing. I could do it off by myself. Like, I could go get me a toy. I could go do whatever it is that I want to do. I got it. I don't need a man. Then what is he here for?
yeah,
Versus me saying like, yes, I am financially secure, I can do it by myself because I've been taught to be this way, and in some cases I've not had no other choice but to be financially independent. However, I
hmm,
would love to have a partner and somebody that I can grow with and share this responsibility with, because while I can do it by myself, I kind of really don't want to.
yeah. Yeah, and I agree, and I definitely am a firm advocate on it's not what you say, but it's how you say it.
Mm-hmm.
And I definitely believe that there is a negative connotation to the black woman saying, I don't need a man, I can do it
Mm-hmm.
by myself, that type of thing. But at the same time, I feel that we've also earned the right to kind of have that boldness and that proudness about being able to take care of ourselves. And I don't see anything wrong with it.
Well,
I
then let me
will
play
say
devil's advocate. Don't get mad when they label you the strong black woman.
Right, and that's what I was getting to. Like I'm saying, like I think that we have earned the right to say that and be proud and stand in that, but and I think it all depends on what kind of man that you're speaking to as well.
Mm-hmm.
Because there are a lot of insecure men that will say, well, if I'm not providing for a woman or I'm if their self-worth is I need to be the breadwinner, I need to be providing for you, I need to provide the roof over your head, the food that you eat, then you're not gonna be in line with a woman that can already do that stuff for herself because you're gonna feel like you're worthless. That
Right,
is gonna feel worthless. But at the same
right, and
time,
that's another discussion. And
yeah,
that's a discussion because then at that point it's like it's no longer about what I do and don't need.
yeah,
It's about what you do and don't need in order to feel valued in this relationship. And so that becomes
exactly.
a different conversation
Yeah,
because if you place your value on what you can do for me financially, then we and that's another thing. Like people got to stop being so afraid to talk about their expectations and things like that in a relationship or what they want in non-negotiables, especially in a
yeah,
relationship, so that way you can have like some expectation, you can have a goal, because it's just like if you just sitting there aimlessly, it's, don't get me wrong, it's cool to get to know somebody, I think that's dope, but I think it's also important to know like what your intention is and make sure that you're in alignment with that person, because it kind of sucks to get to know somebody and then after a while you realize that, dang, I kind of just want to take care of her and I want her to be a stay-at-home mom, but she doesn't want to be a stay-at-home mom, and dang, I kind of really like him, but or I really like love him, but I don't want to be a stay-at-home mom. I want to continue to have my career. So you want to make sure that you're like on the right path with that person before you cross that step too. So like there are like a bunch of different conversations, obviously, that needs to lead up to what it is that you all need in that relationship. And there's definitely a way that you can express yourself where it's not coming off as like you aggressively shutting a man down, like, damn, yeah, I really don't need you for nothing. No, I have been taught to be self-sufficient.
right, exactly. And I think that's a better way of phrasing it. And I think that a lot of men are now intimidated when a woman says, "I got it. I can do it by myself. I don't need a man." That whole little "I don't need a man" phrase. Not saying. And I think a lot of women will say that just to prove that they are self sufficient. But on the other side of it, you still want a man. You still want to be taken
Mm-hmm.
care of. You still want that love and affection. So you
Mm-hmm.
generalizing and saying I don't need a man can then make him feel insecure and, like I said, feel worthless and like, what's the point of me coming in? I don't have a cup to pour into because you already poured into your own cup. Your cup is full. You good. You got it. So yeah, lots of things tie into this. But one thing that I will say that I don't agree with that he said was that we're not being applauded for our femininity. When we say that
Mm.
we're being applauded for being mean and being strong, or I wish I would have wrote down it word for word what he said, but he said that we're no longer being applauded for our femininity. We're being applauded for being the man, being the breadwinner and all of that. And
But
so if that's the case, then what is my femininity? Because I believe that in my femininity, I can be the one that provides for myself. I can be a strong, woman that can take care of herself if I had a man that, chose to leave me, or, those kind of
those are two
situations.
different, again, those are two different conversations and two different topics. And I'll say that because when he says when we're not being applauded for our femininity, we're being applauded for being strong and independent, aren't we? Like when we bask in our femininity, right? And I don't know, maybe that's something different for everybody else, but when we're operating from our feminine energy, we're able to receive, right? We're open to receive. We're open um to just because we're comfortable. It's a different set of security. So, but when you're very masculine with it and you're like, yeah, I don't need a man and I got this. I could do it. Yes, we are being applauded for those things. We are being applauded for being like in the workforce and being strong and being independent and
But if that's the case, then what are we labeling femininity as? If we're saying we're not being applauded for femininity because I can say that I'm financially stable, then what is femininity? Is
it's
it
because
weakness?
remember we said it's not what you say, it's how you say it.
Right. But just the fact that I can come out and say that I'm financially stable, I don't need a man to financially stabilize me. That you saying that that's that now you can no longer applaud me for my femininity, then that means you're in turn telling me that my femininity is not being independent, that if I'm independent I'm no longer feminine. That's what
No.
I'm getting from it.
What he's saying is, if what you're doing is walking around and boosting about how you don't need a man, because what he's talking about is how you're talking about you don't need a man. So you're taking away his masculinity by telling him you don't need him, right? You can do this all by yourself. You don't need him. He's not saying that you can't be independent. He's not saying that you can't be feminine. But if you read between the lines, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. So, like my dad said, he says to be honest with you, while the men walk around thinking that they wear the pants, it's really the women that control the relationship. But it's the power in her femininity that controls the relationship because it's the power of suggestion, where you know what to say, but it's not what you say, it's how you say it.
Yeah. So I feel you, and I also feel like in the same token, it's like we need to stroke their ego type of thing, because he also said that men are looking to provide and women are taking that away. So again, and that sounds like kind of like an insecurity to me, like that's your issue if you feel like if you can't pay my bills then you're useless, or you can't provide for me and now you don't want to be with me. You see
But
what I'm
are you
saying?
not also stroking your ego by feeling the need to boost about how independent you can be?
Well, let's
Because
not
like
even say that
see
we're
that you
boosting.
because
Let's
I
just
can
say
see
I said it.
that's what I'm saying. Like I can see that you're independent. Like I'm not coming to you because I want to take care of you. I'm coming to you because I want to get to know you, right? I want to grow with you and things of that nature. But if your approach to me is that aggressive, I don't need a man approach, and you're blocking me from doing what I want to do for you,
Mhm.
then what is my purpose? Versus, yes, I can take care of myself and I can show you that I can be very independent. And I can also show you the feminine aspects of myself as well and let you know that I do want to be nurtured and loved and taken care of and things of that nature. Yes, I am self sufficient because I have been taught to do so. So I have been taught to do this by myself. And yes, I am a single mom. And yes, I do take care of my 3 kids very well. And I have a great career. Absolutely. But if a man so decides that he wants to come and be a part of this structure, be a part of this whole package, and we decided that we wanted to work together, I would absolutely be open to having my partner because I don't really want to, I can do this by myself, but I'd rather do it with someone. I'd rather do life with someone. So that sounds a little bit different. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and like you said, it's definitely how you say it. It's not what you say, it's
So
how
I'm not,
you say
yeah,
it.
so I'm not
But
saying that I'm not independent. I'm not saying that I can't do this by myself. I'm not saying that like I can't be on my own. I can, obviously, but it would be nice. This is what I want, in lieu of, in other words, irregardless of, and, all of those other things, suggestive words that you could use. Like, yeah, I
right.
can do this by myself, but
So
how do
I'm
you
hearing that
hear
at the end of the day, we need
it?
to be upfront about our expectations, of course, when it comes to what we want out of a relationship. Both the man and the woman need to be upfront
Mm-hmm.
about their expectations. It's not what you say, but how you say it. So there can be
Mm-hmm.
a negative connotation with a woman boasting about I don't need a man,
Mm-hmm.
but yet you out here looking for a
Mm.
man,
Okay,
type thing.
exactly.
Like I see the conflict there. But my biggest thing is just not hoping that these men are not living still in the land of patriarchy,
Mm-hmm.
and thinking that they have to be the provider in order to feel comfortable with a woman. I understand,
Mm-hmm.
I'm all for not boasting and like rubbing it in your man's face like, nigga, I don't need you. Like if
Mm-hmm.
you left tomorrow I'd be fine. Like you very well may be fine, but of course
Mm-hmm.
it's going to hurt a man's ego. That's
Mm-hmm.
not something that you want to do if you really like this person or want to be with this person. So it's all about how you say things. But I just want to make sure that these men know that, you know, we do have that right, and we've earned that right, and we're at that stage now, we're at that level where we can provide for ourselves. We might not need you to, to make us financially
and we can be
stable.
very proud of that.
Yeah, we can be proud of it, but I understand not, throwing it in his face as a, as a kind of like a weapon, like kind of using it as a weapon, using the independence as a weapon against the man, but then still expecting him to,
Yeah, because remember, you're while you're talking about his ego, you're also stroking your own ego as well by putting those titles onto yourself as well. So it's like, while you're pointing the finger and like, oh yeah, and not saying you personally, but while somebody's pointing the finger, they're like, oh yeah, no, that's their ego. They're just not comfortable. They're insecure. But you're also attaching these labels to you as well. So you're stroking your ego as well.
Right, definitely. And yeah, with that being said, I just and then when I first heard the video, it just sounded to me like he was saying, women and femininity is just based on, childbearing and domestic labor and things like that. And if you're doing what a man can do for you, then it ain't nothing the man can do for you, type of
And
thing.
that's why I always say, don't read. Sometimes you don't put words that ain't there. Like, because if you listen to exactly what he said, perhaps your own thoughts and opinions affected affected your judgment on what he said before even really hearing the words. You get what I'm saying? Like, does that make sense?
No, it does.
So,
It does.
So then, like, if I sometimes I try to listen to things and I just like I don't even attach my own I try to disassociate from it and just literally hear what he's saying, because he's not saying you can't be feminine. He's not saying you can't be independent. All he's saying is you walking around here talking about you don't need a man and telling me you don't need me, and then wondering why I shy away from you.
Right. And I'm gonna play devil's advocate one more time because something else that he said just popped in my head, and I know that we are running out of time. We don't want to take up too much time, but him saying that Black women, going to work and providing is the reason that we're losing our families. So that was a big thing for me. Like,
now that's where we draw the line.
Yeah, and you see what I'm and that's why that phrase alone made me question everything else that he said. Because now you're telling me that, like I said, because I'm independent, because I can provide for myself, now we're losing our families, and that's why a man doesn't want to be with me and make a family with me. Like, I can't be the breadwinner. Like what century are we in, bro? So that it's just word choices that he used.
Yeah, because now that's another topic. Because then now we got to talk about why it is that us as women have to be put in a position where we have to go into the workforce and now quote unquote take away.
Okay, let's talk about it. But let's go. See, and this is something that can be talked about for a little while, but I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this episode up. I think we're gonna have to do a part 2 on this, London.
I think so.
Definitely. But yeah, y'all, we let us know your thoughts on this. We definitely want to hear some feedback from women and men. We might have a special guest appearance on the next episode from a man, just to kind of get some perspective. But definitely, y'all, we're gonna wrap this episode up. We thank you for tuning in to another episode of Empower Her podcast. Make sure that you look out for that email that's coming out tomorrow for our virtual meet and greet. And we will chat with you soon.
Talk to you guys soon.
Later.
Bye.